Welcome back to Mopar Madi Moments. I've come across this beautiful car, and I found the guy to own it. So, what is your name?
Andy Oldest.
So, Andy, tell me a little bit about the car, and definitely tell me about the color.
Okay, the color is Tangerine Candy by House of Colors. It's basically incandescent paint work. It has a silver base coat, which you can change the base coat to adjust the color, and then it has to be painted all together, the whole car, or else you won't get the right blend on the
Yeah,
panels. And we just love the color. It pops in the sun,
it's a
like
beautiful color.
it highlights like a yellowy gold
Hmm.
as you as the sun hits it in the highlight spots, rough edges, and so that's what really makes it pop out.
So, tell me, how did you? Is this like a car you like built from the ground up, or what? Did you buy it, or how did you
Yeah,
come across this car?
we bought this car as a rolling chassis. I mean, a rolling basket case. It was in gray primer. Everything was out of the car in baskets, and then we took it back to our house and we started cleaning it up. We stripped it right down to the bare metal to make sure there was no bad metal anywhere under it, and then we proceeded to go from there. Did protection, metal protection, and then good primer, body filler. It was a long process. It actually took about 4 years to get the whole car finished because of sitting time and everything else. So we also didn't like the idea that we didn't want to put decals on the car, so we had all the pinstriping and everything painted in.
Oh wow!
This would have been normally on a factory car like this decal. We didn't want that. We also didn't want the decals for the emblems, like the
Oh
Roadrunner.
really? Yeah.
That's airbrushed in and
So it's been
hand
painted.
painted. Yeah, that's
Wow.
all blended in because they on the factory cars they do have the emblems. And we just didn't want to match them up and put the paint into them. And same thing in the back and on the sides in the stripes as Roadrunners.
Nice.
So it was me and my son's project, Kevin. We both took it on together. Unfortunately, he's not here. But this is the original engine. It's not the original transmission or rear end, but we took the engine and had it built. Obviously, we're motorheads. So we like to make a noise,
Yeah.
right? We had the whole car done as a rotisserie, meaning it went on a rotisserie type frame, and it was spun upside down, so the whole bottom is painted to, to almost the same kind of finish as what the top is, but it's the pewter gray is the same as the stripes. And then we did a modern suspension system, Magnum Force front end with 2-inch drop spindles to give it the car the natural rake instead of having to jack up this and jack up that to make it sit right. And we wanted to try and keep it nostalgic with the Krager mags because back in that era, everybody wanted Krager mags. But these ones are 17-inch to be able to clear the big brakes and calipers. The only thing me and my son didn't do, I didn't do the actual paint work. We had a professional do it, and we didn't build the motor, professionally done too, and also the stitch work and everything on the interior we didn't do. But we put the whole car together, me and my son. We were actually hands on building the car, which it's a big deal.
It's a really
It's a labor of love, big time. So, and there's a lot of other very small details that would take me hours to show you and get over everything. So, is anything else you'd like to know? It's all new chrome everywhere. It's pretty much done up top to bottom. There's nothing on it that's old at all. It's like a brand new car everywhere. If you notice the interior, I don't know if you're just into the stitch work is all orange to match the paint outside. We have the Roadrunner on the back the driver's seat, and Wile E. Coyote on the back of the passenger seat. All new dashboard. We made the console ourselves. Like I said, this is a 400 engine, but we made it into a 451, what they call a 451 stroker. And it's putting out about 520 horsepower and 520 foot-pounds of torque, which is what they basically state is a square motor. And that's really a nice range for streetable power, but not too radical, you know. And we put in the, like I said, modern suspension. We got rid of the old leaf springs and put in a four-link, what they call a four-link suspension, so we could get the big tires in without having to do a tub cut out and rebuild. So they got the big tires, and were really monstrous, sticking out way out because they called it a 5-mile-an-hour crash bumper. So what we did was got rid of the back filler of the bumper, which is a big, giant, heavy piece of steel, and the two big mount brackets that hold the bumper on. We cut them and moved them in an inch and a half, and then that got the bumper to tuck in real nice, so that it met flush with the bumper, because they look really ugly and stick them way out. And then you had to have a rubber piece of strip to fill in the open space. So that's a big thing that a lot of people ask me about. How do you do that? So there's a good way of coming around doing it. Everything, a lot of the stuff on the car with the lights and everything is pretty much original. We just cleaned them up really good. All the glass has been replaced. There is companies that do make this glass, and you get the whole kit for around $1,000. You usually find them at swap meets. The bumpers, we actually had them all re-chromed from a place in Florida called Space Coast Chrome Plating, which they do a fantastic job. It really is a good chrome place, and you can't find them very well either.
We are on to the next segment.